Good evening and welcome to the Stephen Leeson Show, brought to you live from the Scientology Community Centre here in Dublin.
In this week's show, we're continuing our broad coverage of the world of creativity that we started last week with the fabulous pop art of Glenn Matthews.
And tonight we move from the image to the word. As William Shakespeare famously said, all the world's a stage.
So we'll be talking later tonight to award-winning Irish playwright, performer, producer and filmmaker, David Gilna.
I'm going to start the next part of the show with a review from the Irish Independent. A swords actor and playwright has just premiered his new play, A Bolt from the Blue in New York, an exquisitely uplifting, jolting and hysterical one-man show based on real-life experiences of a life-changing event.
Let's meet the author and star of the show himself, David Gilna, Mr. David Gilna.
How you doing, guys? Thanks very much for having me on the show.
Still alive,
Thanks
still here.
for
Still
coming
alive,
on.
still here, still selling tickets.
Well, you know, I don't know where to start with you because you're just so super talented. I mean, it's crazy.
And a chancer as well. You know, it's a bit of both.
Being a chancer is always a good thing, and especially in this business, Stephen, isn't that right? We know that too
Absolutely,
well.
I'm
But-
delighted to have you on. Like,
Yeah.
just looking forward to this interview. Even,
Me
like, you know,
too.
yeah.
But I'm looking at this like award-winning playwright, performer, producer, filmmaker. I mean, where does it end? All
When they
these
stop paying
talents.
me.
Where does it begin?
Where does it begin?
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
I said that last week, didn't I?
Yeah, no, I'm very excited because, look, we all had a tough 2 years and I was supposed to tour the show that you talked about, Above from the Blue, on March 2020 across America. So this was my debut tour in America. And then something happened to the world that stayed quiet for 2 years and we all found a hobby. But yeah, so I'm back on the road. We're hitting off in the Irish Centre in Boston on June 18th. And we're going from Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, Arizona, Kansas.
Wow.
So we're pumped, we're excited. Start rehearsals this week, and yeah, I can't wait.
Really cool. Come here, I can't help but ask him when I read it, and I'm sure you've been asked a million times since, like, you know, being struck by lightning.
Yeah, look, no matter...
You have to tell us a little bit, like, you know,
no
I'm
matter
sure.
no matter what I do, Stephen, the lightning will always be the talking point.
Yeah.
Because it's something that, yeah, it hurt. Yes, it did hurt. But no, I was a young fella who went on a J1 visa like every Irish person before me, traveling off to America or Australia. I picked Boston. It was a beautiful sunny day. I was acting at the time. I was a young actor in the National Performing Arts School, ran by Jill Doyle and Eamon Farrell. They're like mentors and friends of mine. And I got an agent. I was moving to Los Angeles, and I was just working on a building site in Boston. And it was July 2nd, 2004. I'll never forget it. Beautiful sunny day. And there was a ladder on the balcony. And I was only 18, and as I went to grab
What
the
a
ladder...
beautiful sunny day.
Yeah, beautiful. So the expression "a bolt from the blue" is when something happens out of the
Out of the
ordinary.
blue.
Yeah, out of
Yeah.
the blue. And
Right,
that's
yeah.
a terminology for when lightning strikes on a sunny day. I didn't know that. I know
No.
that now. But I went out, the lightning hit my right hand, earthed it out of my left foot, and then I woke up in the Boston Medical Center and just had to process everything that happened to me, yeah.
And did you have like a kind of an out-of-body experience when you were hit by the lightning? Were you just knocked out?
Oh, yeah, like...
You weren't aware of it?
So, like, sometimes you burn from the inside out because the lightning is,
God.
you know, yeah, the
Sounds,
Yeah,
a bit,
no.
sounds a bit gory, all
yeah,
right?
yeah, just a little bit. But save himself in hair gel with the old electric frizz. But yeah, no. So
I hope no one took a photograph.
what? Oh. Smartphones weren't around back then. That was the dial-up
imagine?
internet. Yeah,
You could have gone viral.
yeah, no. But yeah, I woke up in the Boston Medical Center and I was pronounced dead because my heart died. My heart stopped for 2 minutes. And then I woke up. And I did have an out-of-body experience. I did look at myself, watching myself in the ICU ward in Boston. And that had a moment in my life that I'll never forget. I took my first breath back into this place we call life.
Yeah.
So life is all about energy.
Do you remember
Sure.
taking that breath?
Oh, I'll
Yeah,
never
that
forget
was
it. Taking that first breath, and it felt like walking into my body for the first time.
It wasn't your time.
No, I was
things to
given,
do.
the lightning taught me the best gift. It gave me the gift of a second chance in life. So I was
Yeah.
pronounced dead, and then all of a sudden my heart started to beat again. And then I call it dancing with the shadows. So I went to another world, and I felt darkness, and I felt death, and I felt all these horrible things, and all these beautiful things, full of color and full of light. And then all of a sudden I'm back now walking. And then a young fella had to process all these emotions about life and the afterlife and what it is I wanted to do. And I was a young actor signed to an agent in LA. My life had changed. I was going to be working on a film in Hollywood. The dream, the ambition, the goal.
How long did you take to recover? I know mentally it probably took a long time, but
physically,
physically,
it
how
took
long did
me
it take?
2.5 years to recover.
Did it affect your body in any way?
Yeah, I've got scars in my body and I had sensitivity issues, but I've, a very powerful family of support, structure, a system. And to be honest with you, it's the Irish thing. I tried to pretend like it never happened. I pushed it to the back of my mind, and that's not good for anybody. And there was a specialist in America who said to me, if you start to write down your journey or journal. So I started to write down my journey in my journal about what I went through, what I experienced. And I pushed away from the industry, if the truth be told, because I had everything lined up. And then this industry is tough and it comes with the knocks. And I was dropped, like everything was taken away from me. So then I had this beautiful sense of rebirth and this excitement of the power of the blank page, creativity, the pen and paper. And then I kind of put together my first show as a playwright with a group of friends. And that's how I was never, the lightning inspired me to become a writer. So I never wrote a day in my life. I got hit by lightning. I felt connected to this power and I just started to write. And I write every day since I've been struck by lightning.
So good has come from it. Then.
Oh
So,
my
you know,
God,
that's,
yeah, I'll always.
you know.
Now my friends get sick of me. Like if I'm in a pub or a coffee shop and someone says, "Were you struck by lightning?" I say, "Buy me a pint or a coffee and I'll tell you a story."
Because I to get a free pint.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I own it. It's
Yeah.
my story now, and I've got fully confidence to talk about. Because I think it's important for people to talk about these things. Lightning sounds extreme because it is extreme. The electricity, the scars, the coma. But in a sense, you could fall down a flight of stairs. You could be battling cancer. One of these things we go through in life. Mine is just lightning. And it was something extraordinary that happened on an ordinary day, but gave me the greatest gift to create on the blank page. And that kind of changed my life and my outlook.
And you know the way we're all energy, we can't be destroyed or we can't be created, we're just there, we exist. So do you think that the lightning has made, the bolt of lightning, being such an energy going into your body, has made it like a kind of heavenly, universal kind of creativity that you have nowadays because of that?
Yeah, my life is all about vibe, tribe, and energy. And if I
Yeah.
don't like someone's vibe, that's it. Good luck. I shut
Yeah.
the door down in a nice way.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to waste time with the wrong sense of people. I did that earlier on in my career. And now when you surround yourself, you're an amazing artist, the two of you. You know, if you've got a good crew, a good team, good session musicians around you, you only thrive. So the reason why my career is going in this direction is because of the people I carry myself around with, the people who I got rid of my life. So yeah, the lightning, the energy, vibe, tribe, and energy. There are three things I say to people all the time. Be careful who you keep in your company.
Absolutely.
Because it really does affect your creativity. So
You didn't make a movie about yourself, did you? About that experience?
well, actually, yeah. Well, funny enough, I sold the rights to the story to be turned into.
Did you? Yeah.
So I was living in London at the time, chasing my dreams, and I was running 4 pubs, and there was a new theatre that opened up in London. And I banged on it every day, 7 days a week, because you have to be, as you guys know, the driving force. And eventually, they opened the door, they staged my play, and then Martine McCutcheon at the time was an actress in London, very famous actress, and Twitter was only a new thing, so she tweeted about the show, and then it sold out the rest of the run, and then that had Hollywood knocking on my door, and I sold the rights to it to be turned into. But it taught me about the film industry. I didn't know much about the industry, contracts. Everybody get a good solicitor. Contracts is so important.
Yeah. I didn't even know you could sell the rights to a story just like that.
With
Like,
a small
through
print.
experience.
The small print. No, but it threw me
Yeah.
into the world of screenwriting, and I started to sell options and ideas. But then I realized that I don't want to sell my work anymore. I wanted to create my own work. So it took a sense of ownership that I decided, okay, I've got the confidence now to be able to write and to deliver, whether it's film, television. So now I'm looking at it in a different way. I was very blessed with that opportunity that I got to make money from an idea. And I tell people all the time how important an idea is, that it takes a certain somebody to be able to create an idea. And anybody can create an idea. But that's why I always bring it back to the blank page. It's a beautiful terminology to say you can create anything with your mind, the pen, and the people you create. So, yeah, and I took it back to... Jim Sheridan said to me, if you could make a short film for 1 minute, you can make a feature film. So if you could write a play write a poem, take it back to the beginning. So no matter what I did in life, I wanted to start from the bottom so I can get a complete grasp.
Yes, step by step. as
Step
such,
by
like,
step.
yeah.
So Above from the Blue, the show in America, would be a culmination of all the plays I've done throughout the years, because I've got the confidence now, I've got the team around me, I've got a great writing partner, a guy called Frank Gallen. He's an amazing Irish playwright, and he was my editor, so he kind of really taught me how to get this show the best where it could be. And we rehearsed in his kitchen, would you believe, in Drimna, because our world was still closed.
Yeah, yeah.
So when I did the world premiere in New York in January with the first Origin Festival, I hadn't performed the show to a live audience. So finally got to go to New York in January. The play had sold out, touch wood. It keeps on selling out. Tickets are available online.
Brilliant, yeah.
Yeah. The links for
Get
all
it-
the
get it in
venues
there,
will be
yeah.
here, underneath here. When I got there and I held the microphone in January 15th, at the start of this year, at the Irish Arts Centre in New York, and I took off my jacket and I said, let me tell you a story that changed my life. And I could just feel that inhale of breath, like the first breath that I took coming back into this life. And it was one of the most magical experiences of my life, to be surrounded. It was even like just to listen to that amazing musician, just right there, to be on stage while she performs and sings. It just sends you that goosebumps at the back of your neck. And that's what I felt again. Something was missing in my life. And it's not about a song, a play, a film. It's about connecting with a live audience. And to me, there is no greater experience, good or bad, because you have good shows, we have bad shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was an amazing experience to have my life taken away from me back then, and then the pandemic. But now we're here, and I'm going back on tour, meeting new audiences, and this incredible support in America for the show and what it's about. And it just to empower our artists to say, you can be who you want to be, but you've got to make it happen. And it doesn't matter what you do to pay the bills or how you get involved, get around in life. You always feed that creative soul, and that's so there's lessons in the show itself, because it's a tough road. Like, I was running pubs in London, working 7 days a week, racking kegs before I got my break in the West End, before I sold the rights to Hollywood. All of these things, didn't come overnight. It takes decades, but as you say, there's no such thing as an overnight success. We all know this. It's years in the making, but
come here, with the personality that you have now, just talking to you, you're well able to sell it yourself. Like, it's great.
Yes.
Like, it's great talking to you. Like, and just
The
the way
world's
you
your
come
oyster.
across.
No,
Like,
but
so
even to
that's a big help. Like, say, with
be
it,
on the show here today and talk about the process and what we do. I love it, because it's what I live for. It's because I never know which state, who's going to be the audience. You never know who's going to be there, and that's the beautiful gift. It's fresh every night. And our goal is 40 shows in total. So we're just taking it step by step, state by state. And I'm meeting so many incredible artists on this journey that I'm just pumped and excited for following the footsteps of Brendan B and Oscar Wilde, my heroes. I just want to be able to entertain.
David, can you tell the camera where we find you? Where to
Oh,
look
yeah,
all
yeah.
this
Where
up
do you want me
and
to
all?
look? Yeah.
It's just camera there.
Yeah, no problem. So, give it the date.
Or this one, I think.
This one right here, yeah, perfect. So I'll give you the date. June 18th, we're going to be in the Irish Arts Centre in Boston. Wednesday 22nd, we're going to be on Bail Booked in the Bronx. June 24th, we're going to be in the Irish Arts Centre in Philadelphia. On the 1st of July, we're going to be in Los Angeles at the Theatre of Arts on Sunset Boulevard. And then my other play, The Unsung Hero, starring Michael Malenfi, it's going to be in the Irish Cincinnati Centre on June 17th. And then on June 24th, we're going to be in St. Paul, Minnesota. So yeah, it's going to be a good time this summer.
David,
Keep sharing that magic.
Thanks a million for coming on the show.
No,
I
look,
really appreciate it.
It's an honor to be on the show.
Great talking.
Keep on doing what you're doing.
I wish we could go longer. We definitely could. I'd say there's
I'll
more.
I'll be back to plug the next shows.
Yeah.
Don't you worry.
Please do.
Definitely.
Please do.
Great memory to
Never
remember
be a stranger
them all.
here.
Oh, no, it's brilliant, guys. Thank you.
Thanks a million, David.
Yeah, so that was amazing.
Unbelievable,
Yeah, I just love that story. I could listen to that all night, I have to be honest with you.
So there we have it, folks. We're here again next week, same time, same place, as we always say.
Yes.
Good night to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. See you soon. Take care. Good night.